Greetings from South Africa. My name is Judy Dlamini. I'm the author of The Other Story. Prior to that, Equal but Different, which became a bestseller, released in 2017, and soon to be published, Grow to be Great, which is targeting teenagers. I would like to thank the founder of Golden Door Awards, Tahira, for giving authors a platform to tell their truth with integrity. I believe, looking at where we are as the world, the different leaders that have shown how bad leadership can have an impact on the division of people within the same country, looking at the fake news that we read about, it is important, therefore, that those of us who believe in integrity, who believe in truth, become the voices of reason, telling the true story and telling it with integrity. I became an author by accident. My first book, Equal but Different, was the conversion of my doctoral thesis, where I investigated the intersection of gender, race, and social class in the career progression of women leaders and strategies for gender transformation in leadership. I investigated this and used life stories and grounded theory to understand from the women that had succeeded against all odds what it took. I wanted this to inform the young women what it will take to succeed and also show them that it is possible. You might have to work harder if you have the social identity of disadvantage, but it is indeed possible. After getting my doctorate, I realized that this can't just be left in the shelves, my thesis that is. I realized that I could use this information to inform, to empower, and indeed to mentor. And it did just that. I traveled all over. I traveled to Tanzania, I traveled to Nigeria, I traveled to the US, I traveled throughout the country in South Africa to share the story with young people from high school to young professionals, boys and girls. What became clear, though, was that because the book is about women, because the book covers life journeys of women, a boy and young men felt they were not included. So that is why I then wrote The Other Story, where there is more representation of men than women. I still have women, two women, but I felt I had to balance the scales because I'm a mother of boys and girls. Therefore, it's important that mentorship covers both boys and girls. One of the reasons I named it, the title, The Other Story, this was influenced by Chimamanda Ngozi, a respected award-winning author, who says in one of her TED Talks that the problem of a single story is not that it's not true, but it is only giving you one side of a story. There is the other story, and the other story has to be told too. And when it comes to underdogs, when it comes to a continent that is perceived to be a dark continent, it is our responsibility as people who believe in the future of the continent, who believe that our young people need to be told the other story of what's good about us, of the successes of so many Africans that may not make it to the first pages. I felt it's important to tell that other story. And it was important also to cover a wide spectrum. For my first book, it was mainly women from 40, but mainly in their 50s, because it was women who were already leaders, and it takes longer for women to get into a leadership position, and even longer for Black women because of the intersection of different social identities, in this case, race and gender. So I felt to make success accessible, I need to cover a wider age group. So one of the characters or leaders in the book is Kevin Lubeka from from Uganda, who's 28. And at the other end of the spectrum when it comes to age is a 98-year-old Dr. Richard Maponya, who passed away in December 2019. May his soul rest in peace. But I also wanted to cover more than just leaders in South Africa. I wanted to go beyond South Africa. So you have Uganda, you have Tanzania in the person of Ali Mofaruki, who also passed away in 2019 in December. May his soul rest in peace. You have Babatunde Folawiyo, who is from Nigeria, amongst others. So the other story seeks to have the other story being told, which is positive. The people that I selected had to have succeeded in their own right, but they have to have gone beyond just personal success, beyond just having family that benefits from their success, but people that care about their communities, people that have done something to make sure that their communities are better because they lived and cared enough to do something about the success of their communities. It covers a wide range of professionals. You have engineers, you have politicians who have done something to make a positive difference, especially to those that are disadvantaged. I call it a fireside chat because that's exactly what it is. It's a fireside chat. You come with your cup of coffee, sit down, and when you go through those pages, it's like you're having a fireside chat with each and every one of those leaders. It is my belief that when a young person, and actually even someone who's my age, because I believe that learning is a lifelong process. You don't say because I'm 61, that's it. I believe till you called to the next phase, which not many of us know what that next phase is. But as long as you are still on earth, you can learn, you can be empowered, you can be mentored, and the information about other people's life journeys can have an impact on yours. It did on mine. There are certain decisions that I took after listening to the journeys of these women that I cover in my first book. And I was already in my 50s. But there are certain things that I did that changed my life for better. It is my hope, therefore, that when you read the other story, something will say to you, I can and I will, if this person could. I hope you enjoy it. I hope your life turns for the better. Not just Africans who are covered in the book, but a young person anywhere in the world. Young because of age, but also young at heart. Because, as I said earlier, you are never too old to learn. You are never too old to do something that will make a difference in other people's life. You are never too old to change the trajectory of your life and leave a legacy that will change lives. When people read your story because of the journey of your life, you have the power to change the trajectory of their lives. I look forward to engaging with you at the conference, and thank you again for the opportunity to address you. I thank you.